Kristen. And you're on the air.
Oh, I am?
Yes.
You're on the air.
Hi.
Hi.
How you doing?
I just want to ask everybody, what do you think is like positive about diversity? Like anybody?
Knowledge.
Anything else?
Food. Clothing.
Different.
Yeah.
These would be different. It's important.
Different music too.
Individuality.
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah,
Individuality.
individuality. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for.
So then what do you think would be like kind of like a problem with diversity? Not just race and gender or something like that.
Ignorance.
Ignorance. I was about to say the same, but ignorance.
Yeah, because I know some people know when you call on the phone to something, press 1 for English, press 2 for Spanish, but then any other language, press 3. So some people have problems with that because they're so used to just English being like the main language, but now, you know, America's like a melting pot that America's not really like the same as other countries. You know, we don't have like one specific thing that's ours, I guess you guys say. I also wanted to talk about what like teachers and parents can do like for their kids so they won't be raised this certain way, because I know, you know, back then you raised them a certain way because my mom's friend's mom passed away, and some Caucasian guy just walked up and he said, I was raised, you know, hating black people all my life, but then he met my mom's friend's mom, what was it, in high school, 19 something, and then thanks to her, he realized not all blacks were this certain way, and so he was like really appreciative of her, you know, showing him all, you know, all this stuff or whatever. But what teachers can do, like take time to learn their students, their backgrounds, and their parents or whatever. Allow students get to know each other individually, not just by their color, and assume that's how you are. And use accurate and fair images to stereotypes. And remember, what you do is important what you say. And then I found out that 76% of teachers were trained like ethnical student body, so they were taught, okay, this is how you should be with Caucasians, this is how you should be with Asians, this is how you should be with African Americans, this is how you should be. But then they said only 4 out of 10 teachers said that it actually worked. And then for parents, you can buy toys, books, and TVs that, you know, reflect non-traditional gender roles or cultural background. I learned that in sociology, where boys can play with dolls, with clothing, and they can kind of play with girl toys, while the girls can play with like trucks and stuff like that, and they turned out great. Yeah. Do you guys know any TV shows or kids shows that they're like cultural or?
Sesame Street.
Yeah.
Sesame Street. Caillou.
Caillou's great.
Sorry, it's on
Myland.
Sprout. I know.
Myland.
Yeah.
Dora the Explorer.
I said
Go Diego.
And then
My granddaughter speaks like fluent Chinese.
yeah, like you learn things, but you also get to learn like a whole different language. I didn't know Kylan until I saw it the other day, and I was like, wow, you can learn. Yeah, and you know, Dora the Explorer. Of course, everybody loves her.
And there's Handy Mandy. He's
Yeah, Handy Mandy.
I love that show.
Oh, Bob the Builder.
Who, Handyman?
That must not be cool because my daughter don't like that. I ain't heard about that.
He's just he builds things. And he has tools.
I thought Bob the Builder was that.
No,
Bob the Builder's different.
Yeah, Bob the
he
Builder.
has trucks.
Handy Manny
Yeah, he's
actually
Hispanic.
teaches kids how to use the tools, proper tool use,
Screwdriver, hammer.
and teaches them Spanish.
Oh, I thought that was Diego's job.
So he does that.
No, Diego, he rescued animals.
Yeah.
Yes.
Watched that the other
Yeah,
day.
it's like Dora goes on explorations, and Diego goes and saves animals, and
Yeah.
Sesame Street's only 40 years old, so you know, if you look at it culturally like that.
Well, but at Christmas time they taught Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, what were the other ones? There was like 2 other religions they were teaching about.
Yeah, my mom, she made me and my sister watch VeggieTales. Have you guys even seen that before? I love them. They teach you religion, but they also teach you like morals, how to respect others, be kind to people, stuff like that. Great use for kids.
Yes.
And another one a parent can do is
Lead by example.
yeah, lead by example. Teasing is unacceptable by anything, but also respectfully listen and answer your children's like questions about diversity or whatever. But the concept of diversity is kind of like sexual harassment, sexism, prejudice, stereotyping, feminism, social distance. So those are like the main things people kind of need to do. Not kind of, but you know. But I do have some facts that probably should kind of shock you, hopefully. I was reading this article in Florida, and they're already teaching kindergartners about homophobics. So they're teaching them to fear gays, lesbians,
In the
transgender.
public school system,
Yeah.
it's part of the curriculum.
Yeah, I guess it was an article. And also, in Florida, 98% of parents have no idea what's happening in their children's school. So you know how in schools you can't really talk about God. You'll get in trouble.
State, yeah.
But it is okay to teach them that anal sex is acceptable as birth control.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was in an article. I'm just repeating this to you. In Florida, I'm just letting you know Florida's not the coolest state. But also, just a decade ago, homosexuality is allowed in school, so a homosexual teacher can actually teach now. And probably in the year 2100. The minority will become the majority. And it says that lower average test scores, grades, and dropouts and college attendance are from blacks and Hispanics. Does that sound about right or no?
Are you saying there's more black and Hispanics in college?
No, it's saying that blacks and Hispanics drop out, have lower test scores and stuff like that.
That's like not true.
It depends on where you're from. Because most black and Hispanic people are the ones with the most problems as kids, so they are the majority dropouts. It is a fact.
Yeah.
It might not be a great one, but it is a fact because most of us are the ones with problems.
Depends on community.
Yeah, it depends on where you live, your community, what your.
I was a high school dropout. Also.
Well, I'm not saying that it's not possible. I'm saying that it's the majority.
Totally, totally agree.
So.
Inner city schools lose their funding first. They don't have the teachers and almost everything.
That's just like more Caucasians are on welfare.
That they're like, what'd you say?
So it's like welfare. There's more, people would tend to see, oh, you black and Hispanic, get off the welfare, but in all reality, it's more Caucasians on welfare and stuff like that.
Oh, I didn't know that. And then for SAT scores, of course, us women, we're a little smarter. But it says that females score 35 points lower than males on math and 3 points lower on verbal. I didn't know that until now. And then it says according to the the Bureau of Labor Statistics, by 2016, 70% of the workforce will be women and or Black, Latino, or Asian. And by 2043, Caucasians will be less than 50% of all Americans. I already said that. And then it says fewer than 40% of gay men and 33% of lesbians are out to everybody who knows them. So, you know, a lot of people are kind of on the down low, ain't trying to come out yet.
That's because
There's still
gays and lesbians is
It's
now
not-
the new. It's the new form of.
It's the new black.
Basically,
Yeah.
it's a new form that because it's difficult. Like
More acceptable now.
okay, being from California, everybody knows a lot of gays out there. I have plenty of gay friends, but it is difficult because they still beat you up. I know some gay people that was or might still be in the service, and of course, you might know it, but you can't say it because they still. And unfortunately, it's more acceptable for women.
Thank you.
Than it is for guys because of, you know, the way guys think.
I think that's more of a nurturing thing. It's easier to watch two women hug simply because they're women than it is to watch men hug because you. Well, growing up, you know, my era, you know, boys weren't allowed to play with dolls.
Yeah.
My boys played with dolls, and both of them are really good fathers. They have a good nurturing, you know, just because. So yeah.
But it is hard because they do single them out. They do have to defend themselves, and not only do they have to defend themselves against society, but they have to defend themselves against their parents. And because a lot of people, I know someone who was kicked out because her parent found out she was gay, and she was just put out the house, called all kind of names, and it's a hot mess. I know a few people like that, to be honest. And in my opinion, personally, I don't really care because to each his own. I personally think that you can be born gay. It's simply all gay is not having an attraction to the opposite sex. That's all it is. You don't have an attraction to the opposite sex. So I personally believe that you can be born without that ability to be attracted to the opposite sex. Now, there is a difference, in my opinion, let me say that. There is a difference between gay and confused because if you don't know whether you want a man or a woman, something wrong with you, just confused.
Yep,
you're confused in my opinion. If you're gonna be gay, be gay. You know, then that's me. Like if you're a girl and you want to be gay, date a girl that look like a girl because it doesn't make any sense to me. If you like women, to date a woman that look like a man, you might as well date a man.
Yeah.
That's my personal. That's my personal.
We're treading on some areas, though.
I know, but like also with the gays and the lesbians also reflects on religion, because you know we had that in our civics class. A lot of, you know, because of the Bible, it says, you know,
I'm going to hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, that man and woman supposed to, but it says, you know, God still loves you no matter what. So people just have a problem with that, also with religion or whatever.
I hate talking about religion because it's such a touchy subject, and
I'll debate it.
it's going to be debated for the rest of your life.
Yeah,
because food for thought, right? For one, man wrote the Bible, right? And we don't know what the original Bible looked like. No, nobody knows that because it changed from King Arthur version to
the Bible was written probably like 300-400
King
years after
James
Jesus died anyway.
Yeah, but
So,
my
we don't even
thing
know
is
Jesus, the people that wrote it.
how it started.
A group of men decided what to go in the Bible.
Yeah, but then
there's a lot of things
also a
There's a lot
certain
of
king
things.
came in position and decided I don't want the people to learn this, so I'm gonna take this part out of the Bible. Unless you have different varieties of the Bible, and then you have, I mean.
So do you think that? Because my opinion, I think that was a catalyst towards segregation and leading us into our problems with diversity now. Because of all that stuff back then made everybody squares and unwilling and unable to accept other people. And it isn't until everybody started to learn and get knowledge that started seeking out diversity and other things.
Yeah, I mean that's true. I mean, you have. I'm gonna say, you can talk about that all day.
So sorry, Kristen.
Oh, no, continue. She was good.
Religion is politics.
You brought up a really good
Like 10
subject, so I guess
I got most of it.
Okay.